The the thing that's challenging is I've had realtors say, well, that sign's not going to sell the house. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not in the real estate business just to sell that house. You're brand, you're marketing you. You are the brand. Basically, this is when when the seller goes to turn off the light at night of their porch and they see your sign shining in the front yard, or when they come home from work and it's dark out and they see your light, they're like, wow, I looked at all the other realtors in the neighborhood and no one else has a lighted sign, but my agent's working overtime. And I think when you go to a cocktail party or you go to the Christmas party or whatever, and they're like, hey, we're thinking of moving. Do you know any good agents? And that's when they step in and go, oh, you should see my agent. They actually have a lighted sign.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Investor Fuel Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil. Today I'm joined by someone I've been looking forward to chatting with, Jeffery Donnelly, who's been making serious moves in the sign space of real estate, creating a new advertising methodology. So excited to have you here, Jeffery. I think our listeners are going to take something away from how you're approaching innovating a new way for their business to really get showcased. So let's dive in.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. What a wonderful opportunity to just get some more brand recognition and get out there and see what we can do to kind of, like anything else, come up with any sort of new creative way to market and differentiate yourself to kind of give yourselves the edge over the competition. That's kind of my background, marketing and branding, and everything's so competitive, especially in residential real estate. So just that one little tiny edge, anything that'll separate yourself from the competition is kind of why we exist.
Yeah. So for people who may not be familiar with you and your world, can you give the short version of what your main focus is these days?
I don't know if I can give you the short version, but I'll
Okay,
try.
give a medium version.
I'll give you the medium one. No, so just always been an entrepreneur. And when I started in the industry in 1995, a long time ago, I was on my way home and I was having a hard time getting realtors to send me business. And so I was at the corner of an intersection. It was completely dark. I was a little bit bummed out, and I had just finished a book called Guerrilla Marketing. And I was thinking to myself, what can I do to add value to a realtor so that they would then in turn say, hey, you know what? Here's someone that's hungry, trying to differentiate themselves. And I looked at a real estate sign and it was dark. And I was like, what's the point of a sign if you can't even see it? And so in 1995, I thought, wow, this is interesting. And so I looked around and no one was doing it. And I went back to my shop teacher in middle school and said, I need to build a lighted sign for real estate. And so we invented it in 95. And back then you had to plug it in kind of like a Christmas tree, run the cord across the yard, and it was on a timer. So it would turn off at night. Really, really cool. And my goal, I just finished going to Tony Robbins. I was young, naive, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to have 50 agents by the end of the year. Sure enough, within about a month, I was in the cover of the Rocky Mountain News and I had 45 agents sending me loans by the end of the year. And so I thought, wow, this is pretty cool, from the idea of I would walk into the real estate agent and say, hey, look,
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
I found a way to help promote you during the evening. I'll give you a sign, and in return, you don't have to give me any business, but I'll give you a sign, and in return, if you want to send me a loan and give me a shot, I promise you I'll do a good job, and if not, you can keep the sign. And so fast forward, I went and was looking at them, and I realized there's still no sign out there that does anything like this. And I had a successful career with 4 other companies. And it was one of those things where I saw this and I thought, why isn't anyone doing this? Especially with solar technology and digital manufacturing and the way you can print signs now. And so did a little bit of research, and then we went and we put our new solar sign together, filed for the patent. Right now it's patent pending, and we launched a year ago, and we're making traction, which is great. And we've expanded beyond real estate to, we do construction signs, we do restaurant signs, anywhere there's a sign that you can light up without any wires or plugs. That's our main purpose. And so now it's completely portable. We're working with U.S. Department of Defense for FEMA, for disaster relief. And it's one of those things where we're at that spot, kind of like we discussed a little bit, was with sellers, they're starting to notice that their agent has a lighted sign, but what they're also noticing is all the agents that are listing homes that don't have a lighted sign. And so it has been a little bit of a challenge, because we want all the agents that are using us to say, hey, go grab but they're not excited to tell anyone about our signs, because they want to be the only one in the neighborhood that has a lighted sign. So it's been really, really cool. And there's other agents that are like, you know what, there's enough houses out there, I'm not worried about it. So yeah, that's kind of how we got from A to B and where we're at now.
Amazing. And where are you operating from? Are these signs nationwide? How does that work?
So we're out of Denver, Colorado, and our signs are made and manufactured here in Denver. The plastic, it comes from Houston. All of our printing is done here locally in Colorado. And we have kind of 2 phases. We're at the retail side, and then we're also available for sign companies as well. So if they wanted to buy a standard frame with the plastic so they can print whatever they want, we also have this wholesale channel available as well. And it's kind of interesting because our design, I wish I could show you, but our design is, are you familiar with Shutterfly? Like, you know, when you hang on your walls, a picture on your wall in the house, it's kind of similar. The panels, which you can see right here, the panels will pop out of the sign, and then you can replace them. So if you're an agent and you want to go from one agency to another, you can switch them out. Or if you're, like I said, a restaurant and you want to put in today's daily specials or whatever. It's a pretty simple design, but everything is manufactured here in the United States except for the solar light. And that's the one piece that we have to import, just because you just can't find them in the United States.
Yeah, that's so cool. So yeah, what has been the key to keeping this business running smoothly?
Not much, really. I think, from a lot of other things that I've come up with and throughout my career, is the idea is, if you can find one really good thing, like say, for example, you make the best cookie. If you can get the best cookie and then you figure out a way to scale it, then you can obviously, that's kind of the idea. And so I know it sounds crazy, but it's just a little box. You'd think, okay, it's a box with a light in it. Heck, I could go design that right now. It took us about a year and about 13 months and 9 versions to make it absolutely perfect, so that it's solid, it's waterproof, it's blizzard proof, whatever. And so the biggest challenge was those first 12 to 13 months during R&D to get it absolutely perfect for the patent. And then once we got it, the next challenge is basically getting noticed, getting out there. And it kind of, since I was in the mortgage industry for a long time, it's kind of interesting. I've seen the evolution of when the fax machine came out, which is crazy because there's so many people that are like my children, like, a fax machine, what in the world is that? So from a fax machine to when my dad was in real estate, I'm like, Dad, no one faxes anymore. Send a PDF. What's a PDF? I'm like, you don't know what a PDF? Dad, use a PDF. Everyone's using a PDF. And then it went from, well, I don't need
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
I don't need a cell phone to do all that. I have a BlackBerry. Why in the world would I need an iPhone? I've got a BlackBerry. No one's going to use an iPhone. And so I just love the evolution of products and how they evolve. And when you look at like what Zillow's doing and you look at just the ability to go and apply online and go, find a home and then turn around, it's still that relationship that it boils down to. Even though you might find a house online, you turn around and you're driving the neighborhood. And I think the biggest challenge has just been getting out there. I know that when the first signs back, they used to be metal frames that you put in the ground, and then the yard arm sign came out, and people would say, oh, no one's going to use the yard arms. Those are too expensive. And so I've seen a lot of things that people say won't work working really, really well. And so I think it's just that tenacity and that persistence if you really believe in something. And I think the thing that's challenging is I've had realtors say, well, that sign's not going to sell the house. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not in the real estate business just to sell that house. You're brand, you're marketing you. You are the brand. This is when the seller goes to turn off the light at night of their porch and they see your sign shining in the front yard, or when they come home from work and it's dark out and they see your light, they're like, wow, I looked at all the other realtors in the neighborhood and no one else has a lighted sign, but my agent's working overtime. And I think when you go to a cocktail party or you go to the Christmas party or whatever, and they're like, hey, we're thinking of moving. Do you know any good agents? And that's when they step in and go, oh, you should see my agent. They actually have a lighted sign. Like, what? So I think we're getting there. But the biggest challenge is just getting out there, getting noticed. And I think we're kind of doing the Star Trek podcast thing back in 1995, no one would have thought. They'd be like, well, that's from the future. And yet your generation, like, my son, he says to me, he's like, I was born with the internet, so it's not technology to me, if it was, yeah. So it's kind of cool that we're just sitting here. What part of the country are you in?
California.
Okay. So yeah, see,
Yeah.
you couldn't have done this. 10 years ago? You could have, but it was a little more, no one knew about it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like that middle era where this was like when I was growing up, all the technology boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. So how are you guys like when it comes to growing your business and building relationships and networking? What has like made the biggest difference from you?
Well, Instagram's been interesting because we started out, and because as I'm older and I'm not really the Facebook generation, we hired an incredible social media director, and she's awesome. And just in the last 60 days, in the last 30 days, we had 112,000 views. And before that, we were doing about maybe 4,000 a month. And so she's really taken it off. And it's kind of interesting to me because a lot of the agents I see, there's so much competition on Instagram for people to use a specific agent to sell their home. And so I'm like, this is really interesting that I guess social media has been really probably the biggest challenge, just because I'm kind of old school. I like to see things and I like to meet the people. I like to look someone in the eye. I like to talk to them. And so it's my ability to embrace change as well. So I think that's with anything, no matter whether it's a new iPhone or whether it's a PDF or a fax machine or a printer or whatever. I think it's just, this is the way it's always been done. And so I think that's kind of where we're at right now with, the agents that they're like, well, I already have a sign. I don't need another sign. I'm like, okay, well, you can't see yours at night. And they're like, yeah, that's okay. We're good. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And so, it's hard because when you create something, you want everyone in the world to use it, but it just takes time, patience. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is like that next real goal for you?
Our next goal is we're now breaking out of Colorado and we're starting to expand, and we have the ability. I mean, we can produce signs here in Denver and ship them anywhere in the world. And so, our next goal is basically to grow through the next year is focused on the United States and Canada.
Amazing. And is there anything that you're focused on solving or scaling next?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Well, it's kind of hard because it's the restaurants, the sidewalk signs, that's an opportunity. The festivals, they're an opportunity. The disaster relief, especially hurricane season coming up and all the stuff that's going to happen in the next couple of months. There's that opportunity. But our main focus right now is the residential and commercial real estate. And we think that's kind of the lowest hanging fruit. It's what we're good at. But we have to get to the spot where it's kind of always the chicken and the egg when you're an innovator or an entrepreneur. It's like people are always like, well, hey, what is it that do you need any money? I'm like, well, the good news is we don't need any money. We're not looking for investors. But back in some other things, it's like, it's usually when you don't need money that everyone wants to give you money or invest. It's when you need money, people are like, well, you got to prove it first. Go and prove it. And then once you prove it and the income starts coming in, you don't need the money anymore. And people are like, well, now I want to get on board. You're like, I asked you a year ago, when we did need money and we were able to bootstrap our way through it. And so that's kind of where we're at. I think from seeing businesses start and where they get to, the one thing kind of like, this may be a really interesting analogy, maybe not, but it's like a seed. It's like you can water it, but it's not, you can't harvest it until the fall. You just have to water it, take care of it. And then the harvest comes. And then eventually, you're able to get, reap the reward. You want it to happen overnight, and nothing ever happens overnight.
Yeah, absolutely. But what an exciting place to be at with your business. So much room for growth and potential.
Yeah.
Amazing. So yeah, where can people get your signs if they desire to?
So you can go on the internet. You can go to www.Nightlight Solar Signs, and Nightlight is spelled a little different. It's NITELITE. So it's nightlightsolarsigns.com. And you can go online. All the information's available there. We do a lot of custom orders, and so we encourage people, to reach out to us directly, because we haven't printed any signs where people just send them in. We always return calls, get back with our customers, and we like to make sure they have a proof of exactly what their sign's going to look like. But yeah, no, if you go and visit our website, we're growing. You'll see a bunch of different samples out there of all sorts of different brands. We just went over the 100 mark for the 100th realtor, different sign. So I think we're getting there. But yeah, we'd love to go nationwide and especially through Canada as well.
Amazing. So before we wrap up here, if someone just wanted to learn more from you, collaborate with you, or reach out and connect, besides the sign website, where can people reach you?
They can go to email, and they can also go to, on our website, we have our toll-free number, which is, let's see here, let me get it for you real quick. It's, I had it right here in front of me, and I apologize. Might have lost you. Did I lose you? You still there? Okay. It's 888-788-5584, or they can email us, at partners@Nightlight Solar Signs, or probably easiest is just go to the website. All the information's there, the phone number, best way to contact us.
Perfect. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, your story and perspective. So exciting that you're innovating something new in this space. So thank you for being here.
Well, you're welcome.
And for those of you that are tuning in, if you got value from this, make sure you're subscribed. We've got more conversations coming with operators just like Jeffrey, who are out here building real businesses. And we'll see you all in the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.